Hey guys. Okay, so I mentioned Danny before. This is my friend and assistant Danny. We're going to do some acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and vocal demonstrations for Graham's Tune Bury It. Just continuing the preparation for and development of the track. So we're just kind of doing some demonstrations here for you. I just wanted to start out by talking about a few different thoughts about it recording acoustic guitar. Typically, around the 12th fret, where the neck meets the body, that's kind of more of a standard location. Obviously, the distance that the microphone is from the guitar, you get a proximity effect. Proximity effect is like increased low end. Typically, the closer you get with a microphone, the more low frequencies you get. So that's one way to sort of balance the tone that you're capturing. But you know, if it's too tubby or there's too much low end, you kind of move the mic away or closer. You don't want to get it too close, because then you're going to kind of miss some of what the body of the guitar is projecting. So something like this around the 12th fret, the neck is appropriate, and then but it's always a good idea to have the musician play, and I'm gonna ask Danny to play, and I get down and with my ear I kind of listen in front of the instrument, and this goes not just for acoustic guitar but for any acoustic instrument, just to kind of find the places where this is projecting the most balanced sound, or it's projecting the sound that I want to capture that's appropriate. Like I might want a dark capture of the acoustic guitar, and I just know from experience that moving away from the strings where he's fretting stuff and kind of getting over here where there's more surface and tone being produced from the body, I'm going to get a darker, warmer sound. This area is what's more balanced sort of articulation of everything. So it's a good idea to listen. So Danny, if you'd go ahead and play for me. So it's also, you know, this feels like the best spot. I'm also noticing over here, especially when I get close, it's a little bit mid-rangey. It's rare that I would ever put a microphone in front of the sound hole, just because of the sound that's coming out of there. It's a little bit muddy, and not usually the most balanced place. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just depends on the situation. Sometimes actually even over the shoulder, placing a mic from behind the musician in this manner, where the mic is over the shoulder, that can be a really good position. It's a little bit of trial and error. It also is going to depend on how you want the recording and the instrument to fit into the production and the track. You know, we're gonna look at, we're gonna listen to the different. He's got a few different picks I've asked him to get. We have a soft pick, a medium pick, and a hard pick. That will make a difference about the way the sound translates over the microphone. So we'll do a little bit of listening there. I'm going to start out by placing the mic here, and I'm going to go into the other room, and I'm going to listen to him playing to the track to sort of see if this sounds appropriate, and then we'll just kind of go from there. I might have to come back out here and, you know, listen again with my ear and adjust the placement of the microphone to get the most balanced and optimal sound, because I don't want to have to do it with a lot of EQ initially. I want to pick a good microphone and put it in a good spot, and that do most of the work for me. So let's now go in the control room and evaluate the pick choice and see if my positioning is going to be appropriate for what we're doing. So just a little bit of additional information before I leave you and go to the control room. This is a tube condenser microphone. That's a Mojave M200. This microphone works really nice for acoustic guitar. The tube helps with some harmonic content and warmth for the sound. It's a large diaphragm microphone, which picks up a little bit more of the body and tone of the guitar. A small diaphragm condenser could be a great choice, but it would favor the highs more and pick up less of the tone and body of the guitar. which might be the great choice for fitting into your track. Even sometimes like a 57, an SM57, a microphone that you would use on an electric guitar amp, or a snare drum, let's say, could be a good choice for the acoustic guitar. And it totally depends on how you want it to fit into your track. And 57 is going to give us much more of a mid-range sound, and that might be appropriate for where the acoustic guitar needs to fit into the texture and balance of the mix and the job it's doing. You know, the acoustic guitar in this song is not going to be a super prominent instrument. It's a supportive instrument. So it doesn't necessarily have to have a really big sound. I'm going to get, with a microphone like this, with this large diaphragm condenser, I'm going to get more extended frequencies than I would with a 57. So this microphone, like I said, it's placed around the 12th fret where the mic meets the body, and we're probably 7-8 inches away from the instrument. You know, one thing that's going to happen as I get further away, that might be good for the way the instrument is projecting its sound to kind of collect more of the overall picture. But then as I add compression to this, or depending on the space I'm in, the further I get away, I'm also sort of bringing into play more of the ambient capture of the instrument. So I want it to be in as tight as possible, but without it being so close that I'm dealing with what I mentioned earlier, like the proximity effect of too much boomy low end, and it being so close that its focus is just too small on the instrument, where I want to kind of get back and I kind of want to capture this, you know, more of the instrument. So, you know, we're somewhere between 8 and 10 inches now. So the last thing I want to do is I want to have Danny play the part that we intend to record, and I'm going to move the microphone around and show you what the different sounds are, so you have a little bit more of a practical idea of what I've been talking about. So, sir, if you would put your headphones on and let her rip.